Hope you guys like my background. It might be a little bit overwhelming, but you got to rep the Bucks. I'm in Tampa right now. I'm born and raised in Tampa, so couldn't be happier for tomorrow and be more excited. Once again, just for the viewers coming in right now, I see a few people coming in. We're just going to recap the main card, the picks that I made, how everything went, and we'll just discuss that. I'm going to give it like a minute to go live, and then we can hop right into it. Yeah, Robert, definitely right. I'm not sure exactly which fight you're referring to. I assume you're referring to Alistar versus Volkov, and you're damn right. That was a hell of a fight. Let's see. There's a few more viewers coming in. Let's go Tampa. Robert, I like you more and more. Yeah, and like I said, if you guys have any questions or anything, just throw them in the comments. I'm able to see the comments, so I can answer your questions as they come in. There's a good amount of viewers in here, so let's just jump right into it. So basically, I just want to come on here and just kind of recap the main card. Obviously, I came on during the prelims and between the prelims and the main card and kind of recap the prelims. But this is the first time we're actually doing a post UFC show, so I'm kind of excited about it. I get to talk about the fights that have already happened, which is something that we rarely get to do at Pick Dog. So it's exciting. We get to recap the sports, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's jump right into it. So to open up the main card, we had Danilo Marquez versus Mike Rodriguez. Mike Rodriguez just didn't show up today. I thought that his stand-up game would completely overpower Marquez, and Marquez was able to completely dominate him on the ground. He was able to get single leg after single leg, and he eventually landed the submission and got the second round rear naked choke. And you got to give it to Marquez, but it happens. I had Mike Rodriguez inside the distance in that fight, but it happens, guys. I'm definitely not going to apologize for it. We'll move on from that, and we'll get right on to the next fight. So in the next fight, we had Dariush versus Diego Ferreira. What a fight. If you want to talk about a great fight, what a fight. Great fight, guys. Dariush came into this fight with a 19-4-1 record. Ferreira came into this fight with a 17-2-0 record. Dariush came in as a slight favorite at minus 130. When the lines opened, he was a good dog. So if you watched our early videos that we put out on Tuesday and you locked Dariush early, good for you because you got him on some plus money. But Dariush did hit the money line. I had him 10-9 in every round. The fight was 30-27. I had Dariush money line, and it happened. So we hit it. I hope you guys also hit it as well. And let's look at the comment section real quick and see what's coming in. Tampa KC over. Okay. I could see that happening. It's a little off topic, but it's all good. Let's see if there's any other real quick. Yeah, Robert loves the chat. Yeah, no, you're completely right. Volkov is going to be rough for anyone, And honestly, I hate to jump ahead a little bit. We'll get into this when we get to Overeem, but it's sad to watch Overeem go out like that, man. I obviously he's retiring after this fight, and countless interviews before this fight, he's mentioned that he's going to retire if he doesn't have the potential to fight for the title. And unfortunately, Volkov just took that position from him. So I turned the fight off as soon as it happened. I didn't want to get too emotional watching Alistar walk out, drop his gloves and everything, but I'll definitely check that out later tonight. And it's sad to see because these fighters that are, in fighting the better you do, the highest highs are the highest highs, and the low parts are the lowest, and it's rough. Let's see, we got another comment in here. Frankie, yeah. Corey Sandhagen. I don't think anyone saw that coming. Frankie definitely didn't. Nobody expected Corey Sandhagen to throw a flying knee within the first 45 seconds, I believe, of the fight, maybe 35, and knock out Frankie Edgar. Unfortunately, I was on the other side of that fight. I had the fight going the distance and Sandhagen to win in the distance. I didn't think that he had the ability to knock out Sandhagen. But it happens. We'll move on from that. We had a ton of winners today, by the way, guys. I went 8-4 on the free picks on the channel today. So we're in positive money by a lot. So definitely hop on, follow or subscribe to Pick Dogs. Follow us on Instagram, Pick Dogs. Follow Brad at Brad Pick Dogs and my account at No Pain No Game _ MMA. It helps us out a lot, and it really helps generate this channel. And we want to land you guys on some winners, and the more winners we land you guys on, the more of a following we get. So it helps us out both ways. Then I'll go into the next fight. We had Alexandra Pantoja versus Manel Cape. Pantoja had a great performance. He entered this fight. This fight was a pick'em. When the lines opened, Pantoja was a favorite, and a lot of money came in on Cape. Pantoja entered this fight with a 22-5-0 record, and Manel Cape entered this fight with a 15-4-0 record. I had the first round going to Pantoja to 10-9. I think he landed with more volume. But the second round, I had it going for Cape. And, I think Pantoja showed out in the third round, and that's what made the difference in the fight. My pick was Pantoja money line at -110. When I initially said it in my earlier video, it was -130. But as I mentioned, a lot of money came in on Cape. So the lines evened out a little bit. It turned into a pick 'em. I got on it a little too early, unfortunately, but Pantoja money line hit. So if you took that as well, you hit a winner. And then in the co-main event, we had Clay Guida versus Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson came into this fight as a -225 favorite. Clay Guida came into this fight as a +175. Both of these fighters are seasoned UFC veterans. Clay Guida, I apologize, won this fight 30-27. I don't see any argument for anything other than that. And unfortunately, I had Johnson by decision, but that's okay. We'll bounce right back. Once again, we went 8-4 on the entire card today, so we're in a lot of positive money right now, and we'll move on to the next fight. Yeah, and the next fight is the co-main event, Corey Sandhagen versus Frankie Edgar. Yeah, Sandhagen's the real deal. Whether he should have taken this fight with Frankie Edgar or not is still up for discussion, I think. I think it obviously solidified himself to fight for the title. But at the same time, imagine if he came in and got knocked out by Frankie. His title shot would be ruined. He would be back as a number 10 ranked fighter, and he'd be fighting his way up to fight Aljamain and Peter Yan. So it was risky on Sandhagen's part, but at the same time, I think that he capitalized on the opportunity, and he's 100,000% getting the title shot. He's 100% getting the title shot against Aljamain or Peter Yan, depending on who wins that fight. Let's see. I got another message in the chat. Get yourself a pop screen. My friend, keep up the good work. Hey, I appreciate the support. The support's always nice. We're out here late right now. A lot of my friends are out right now, so I'm just at the crib, watching MMA. So messages like this do a lot. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support, Brandon. And like I said, if you guys have any questions throughout this podcast, just throw them in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer your questions, and smash that like button. So we'll jump into the main event. I know I've kind of talked about this already. Alistar Overeem was entering this fight 47-18-0. Volkov was entering this fight 32-8-0. Volkov was the number 7 heavyweight in the world. Overeem was the number 4 heavyweight. You just saw how good Volkov is. Volkov is the real deal. And, I kind of underestimated him going into this fight. And, I did have Alistar Overeem as my pick. But there was just too much value to take him with plus money. Or too much value to not take him with plus money. And Volkov, on the other hand, I know he's only been slept by Derek Lewis, but it could happen. Alistar has a mean right hook. Undercut. I mean, you do not want to get touched by any punch from Alistar Overeem. So with plus money, it made sense at the time. Looking back on it, I do kind of regret it, but I'm not going to apologize for anything. At plus money, Alistar Overeem was the lock, and unfortunately, it just didn't go our way. And it's really sad to see someone like Overeem, someone that's had such an accomplished and decorated career, end their career in this fashion. And, is this going to be one of those retirement situations where is Overeem going to come back? Is he going to have a Bellator fight in 6 months? Is he going to decide, hey, I want another shot? Whether is he going to go to a different promotion? Obviously, the UFC is going to cut him because the UFC is making rapid cuts, and they've made it clear that they don't want to keep the old fighters still on the roster. And if he definitely decides that this is his last fight, what is he going to do after this? And it's sad to hear, and like I said, it's difficult to watch a fighter that I've watched for years and years finally have to hang up the gloves. Let's see. We got another comment. Let's see what this guy's got to say. Overeem washed up. He had a good run. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's washed up. I think that's a terrible phrase to use to describe Overeem, but he did have a good run. I could agree with you on that. And like I said, it's sad to see someone like him, his career come to a close. And you can't put too much stock into that loss. You got to remember that, Stefan. He's fighting Alexander Volkov. Alexander Volkov is the number 7 heavyweight in the world and 32-8-0. I know that Overeem has more experience, but the amount of experience, the reach advantage, the striking advantage that Alexander Volkov had, this ground game advantage, it didn't look bright for Alistar to begin with, but at plus money with the knockout power he has in his fists, it made sense at the time. But yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with you that Overeem is washed up, but I will agree that he had a good run. Like I said, if anyone else has any questions, throw it in the chat. I'm keeping it active. And by the way, smash that like button, guys. It helps us out greatly. It does a lot for our channel. It allows us to grow and allows us to reach more people like you and land you guys on winners. So we really appreciate it as a channel. And unfortunately, my co-host Brad wasn't able to join us today. Brad's actually on a flight to Tampa, where I currently am at for the Super Bowl. So maybe we'll have some exclusive content on Sunday this week, maybe recapping this card or maybe looking at the next card and previewing that card. I'm not sure. I'll keep you guys updated. Follow Pick Dogs on Instagram. Follow Brad Pick Dogs on Instagram, and also No Pain No Gain _MMA. DM us any questions. Support us, like all of our posts. It helps us out greatly. We're out here giving free picks to everyone, so it really helps the channel a lot. And I don't see any more questions in the comments, so I'm going to wrap this up. Once again, Volkov did beat Overeem, and it's very depressing to see Overeem retire, and it seems like we'll never see him in the octagon again, and for some reason that really upsets me. But Volkov has an extremely promising career. He's obviously proven that. He's beat a lot of the top prospects and contenders in the UFC. So I'm excited to see his journey. And for Alistar, keep your head high. You had a great career, and don't let the loss that you ended your career with define your entire career. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Once again, Stefan, Overeem is not washed up. Go Bucks. Watch the Super Bowl tomorrow. I know this is off topic. It's an MMA show. Watch the Super Bowl. Hammer Bucks money line. Let's go. Peace out, guys.